Welcome to all the participants in the Delhi virtual program on work-life balance conducted by the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in association with Heartfulness. We have with us the expert, Mr. Stans from French, particularly whenever we are talking about the French External Affairs Department. And we have with us the event enabler, CA Pradeep Gupta, Mr. Deepak Khanduri, Mr. Prasanna Krishna, Madhubala Madam. So that and warm applause. We welcome you all in this platform. Specifically, another day of the virtual program on work-life balance. As we are into the, I think that one is where, as and when we have started regular program, we are into fourth day. So that within these days, we have involved Stans in the rigorously in this virtual program. So that with a grand applause, we welcome you, Stans, in the fourth day of work-life balance program. I am handing over the session to Mr. Deepak Khanduri for the introduction of Mr. Stan and handing over the session to Mr. Stan.
Yeah. Good evening, all. So all those who have been joining the session, which is being started for past few days, would have known Stanislas Lajoigi, and he makes meditation fashionable and easy to integrate in our daily busy life. Actually, he works for Foreign Affairs Ministry of France, and he has worked for several years at the Crisis Center in Paris, which adds to his rich experience, especially when he talks about meditation and the science of meditation. And he has developed extensive experience while traveling abroad in China, India, Turkey, Slovakia, and Bangladesh, where he is currently posted. He holds a master's degree in law and economy and is a certified meditation trainer for past 20 years. He was a visiting faculty in a leading business school in Europe, EDHEC, to sensitize students on meditation, wellness, inner transformation, performance, and quality to being. Now, he's a very, you can say, a perfect blend of Indian heart and Western mind. So the mystery around meditation, he has approached in a very scientific manner, and all those who have attended his previous lecture would have understood that how he uses the evidence, he uses scientific research and modern scientific tools to convey his point. So today he'll be talking about a very critical, you can say, aspect of work-life balance, that is sleep. And I hand over the session to Mr. Stan.
Thank you, Deepak Bhai, and thank you, Akai, and Heartfulness Institute, and all the participants to be here today. It's always a pleasure for me to come and share the discoveries that I have done, that I've found through these several years of collecting, evidences of the benefits of meditation. Yes, I am French. I am a blend of East and West, and just to make it a little, anecdotic, I was born in Tahiti, so in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. My father is French. My mother is Cambodian. My grandmother is Vietnamese, and my great-grandfather is from China. I got married with an Indian lady in Turkey, and my daughter was born in Slovakia. So I am a bit from everywhere, and have found that there is something which is common in all the cultures, which is really allowing to discuss in a very open-minded way about meditation, is to bring scientific evidences, to use the language of science, along with the deeper experience of the noetic science, the science of the inner self. So, having said that, let me dive into the module today. And as it was rightly said, sleep is probably the most invisible hero in the field of performance in our lives. And let me explain that. But before that, I would like that we do a little bit of check-in, like we'll do a little practice or micro practice. And that micro practice is very nice when you are doing nothing outside and you just want to refresh, or you're in the midst of a lot of turbulence, agitations. It could be even like during a crisis, in a crisis room. So I would like to guide you through this moment of connection, but what we call a heartful affirmation suggestion. So sit comfortably, gently, softly, close your eyes. And you can take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the nose. Just relax, let go. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, let go. One last time. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let go. Now gently move your attention to the heart. Connect to your heart. And make the suggestion that I am deeply connected with everyone around me. And everything surrounding us, the air, the particles, the people, the birds, the trees, everything around us is deeply absorbed in the source. And that is all. Take your time. Keep your eyes closed for a few more moments. Observe yourself. Your inner space, and absorb this new state of being. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and come back to the here and now. Thank you. I will start with the old wisdom from the mother, you know. My mother told me to follow my dreams, so I took a nap. It's much more profound than what we think. As I've mentioned earlier, sleep is really the unseen, the hidden driver for excellence. Without that, we cannot have a fresh mind, we cannot be performant, we cannot be healthy. And yet, this life competency is very much neglected in our educational settings, in our professional settings. And often it is believed that, oh, I don't have time to sleep. I don't have the luxury. It's not something that I can afford to have. But I can assure you that if we neglect our sleep, our end is most likely going to happen sooner than what we expect. So let's explore on that and realize that it's really important. We have to make a choice, either have a good night's sleep or have a nightmare day. And for this, to illustrate this saying, I would like to really encourage participants, if you're interested, to read the book from Matthew Walker and Why We Sleep. This book is Why We Sleep, Unlocking the Power of Sleep and Dreams. It's just eye-opening book, and he actually conducts very entertaining TED Talks and talks that you can find on YouTube. But the book itself is just stunning. After I read the book, I nearly never compromise of having my a good 7 to 8, 9 hours of sleep. I used to say, no, I need to sleep less, but I gave myself the luxury, the absolute need to entertain my body, my health, a good night rest. And just to give a benchmark, according to the World Health Organization, a good time or the average hours that people need to sleep is between 7 to 9 hours. Okay, but it may vary from different people. And many people say, oh, but me, I'm special. I can just sleep 5 hours and I can be just fresh and that. Well, according to Matthew Walker, it may be true, but only to 5% of the population. Otherwise, we really need a sound 7 to 9 hours. And I just would like to illustrate what could happen if we sleep deprive ourselves, from sleep. There is a very large experience, which is called the saving daylight change, that we do in Europe and in the West. It is actually an experiment that is conducted in 70 countries in the world and affecting 1.5 billion people. So in the winter, in the summer, when we when the night is shortened by 1 hour, in the USA, they found out that there is an increase the next Monday. So that means the change of time is on Saturday to Sunday night. And then they reported the changes on the next Monday. They found out that there is an increase of 23% of visit to hospital for cardiovascular problems. So because of this one night sleep, 1 hour less of sleep, which we can correlate to that. On the contrary, in the winter, when we sleep 1 hour extra, on the next Monday, they found out that there is a decrease by 21% of visit to the hospital for cardiovascular problems. So imagine the impact that it has if we are sleep depriving ourselves of just 1 hour of sleep. There are some experiences which were trying to see the benefit, the impact of being sleep deprived. Let's say we only sleep 6 hours a night, meaning on an average, if 8 hours is the midway between 9 to 7 hours, like 8 hours is the average time of sleep required. If we only sleep 2 hours less, 6 hours, what would be the impact of it? They found out that there are 711 genes in our system which are affective. And 50% of them are becoming overactive, while other 50% of them are becoming less active. The genes which are becoming overactive are all related to stress and chronic inflammation, which are leading to, degraded immunity and also favors encouraging aging and cancer and degradation of the cells. And those who are less active are related to immunity. And that is just for 2 hours less. Now, let's say we are sleeping just 4 hours a night, only 4 hours. They found out that the killer cells are reduced by 70%. The activity of the killer cells are reduced by 4%. And that was just after 1 night of observation. So imagine what would be the consequences if we are sleep deprived for several days. They also studied when we are sleep deprived for 1 day. 1 day we go out and or we are traveling and we are sleep deprived by 1 day. They found out in the person who did not sleep 1 night, even after giving this person 2 days of rest, on the 3rd day they made a memory and learning test. And they found out that there was a decrease of memory by 40%. So working late or studying for students, studying late and not sleeping to learn is not a good idea. Actually, they found out that the hippocampus, which is in charge of catching and recording the memories, is no longer active. Like they are no longer able to record new memories. They found out also that those who are sleep deprived for 1 night, they have their amygdala. I was speaking about it. The gland which is in charge of the fight or flight, of the rest and digest. Controlling that is overactive by 60%, making them more emotionally reactive and with mood fluctuations. So that is just a few examples of how it is important to sleep well. So now would like to explain to you what is a good night's sleep. And that is maybe going to be a little bit of technical, but I just want to explain to you, just listen, is that when we sleep, our brain is not dull, is not doing nothing. Actually, there are moments where it is very active and some moments where it is very slow. And so we are sleeping through cycles. And one cycle is between 90 to 120 minutes. And we have 4 to 5 cycles per night. And during these cycles, we have 2 kinds of sleeps. One is the rapid eye movements. The eyes are very active. And actually, it is a period where we have dream. It is a light sleep. And then we have the non-rapid eye movement, the NREM sleep. And this NREM sleep has different levels, from light to deeper and to very deep, N1, N2, and N3. And N3 is the most important part of the sleep. It is where we are totally switched off, this is where there is the lowest brain activities. And why it is so important? Because this is the most refreshing part of the sleep time. This is where our metabolism completely resets and rejuvenate itself. And for the brain also, it is most important because as the brain activity is reducing, then there is a liquid which is called the CSF, the cerebrospinal fluid, which is flushing through the brain and removing all the toxins and aversive memories. And it is because the brain is the highest producer of energy and consumer of energy. And therefore, it is producing a lot of toxins. But the brain is just a skull, a box, which doesn't have any sewing system where we can evacuate. There is no flushing system. So when is it removing all this neurotoxin? It is mostly happening during sleeping, deep sleep states. So if our sleep is, not affected, is not effective in a sense that it doesn't have the enough duration and the quality of sleep is not having enough time of deep sleep, this cleaning of the brain is affected. Then beta amyloids gets accumulated neurotoxins, beta amyloids gets accumulating plaques in parts of the brain which are regulating our sleeping patterns and affecting our sleeping cycles. And that lack of sleep, of deep sleep, is highly correlated and associated with development of mental disorders and Alzheimer. So we said, oh, maybe I'm not concerned about that, or it is not really not me. But researches from David Black are showing that by the age of 55 years old, 50% of the population are suffering from sleep disorders, meaning inability to fall asleep and to maintain high quality of sleep. So now there is one aspect which is very important because we are talking about what is good quality of sleep. It's not only the duration of sleep and the quality of the depth of the sleep, but one very important question is when to go to sleep. Because according to researches, the moment we are not having the same amount of NREM sleep, where there is a very deep sleep, and rapid eye movements, which are mostly when we have dreams where we are processing all the emotions that we had been exposed to, then we test all the scenarios and we record our emotional memories. But the percentage of a very deep sleep or NREM sleep is mostly before midnight. Actually, 80% between 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., we have 80% of our sleep, which is with NREM sleep, very deep sleep, the most refreshing and rejuvenating sleep. After 10:30 to midnight, we just come to 60%. And after 1 hour and a half, it's only 40%, and then 20%. And we have the least deep sleep during the waking hours. So what I'm saying here is that if we go to sleep by 11 or midnight or even after, we are depriving ourselves with the highest ability to benefit from this deep sleep. Okay. So if you say, no, I am a late bird or I am a Batman and I can sleep late, well, remember, a bat sleeps about 20 hours a day. So to live at night, to have a nightlife, it requires a lot of rest. Okay, so that was the one key point. It's not only about how long I sleep, but it is the quality and when I go to sleep. Okay, so now I think we come to the point of why do we bring this subject in this course is because meditation can help us to improve our sleep capacities, our sleep abilities. One thing so here are the researches which were conducting specifically on heartfulness meditation. And they have shown that people who are practicing regularly meditation during 8 weeks and who are practicing heartfulness with half an hour morning meditation, half an hour evening cleaning, and 15 minutes, 10 minutes of bedtime meditation. They reported that their sleep quality, in quantity and quality, has very much improved or significantly improved. They observed that there is 50% reduction in insomnia severity index scores. They are 30% quicker time for onset. They fall asleep 30%. There is an improvement by 30% in the ability to fall asleep. Actually, relaxation and meditation, they are very much helping a person to fall asleep quickly instead of being sitting and keeping the eyes open and waiting to sleep, and it is not happening. There is 20% recorded index on the quality of sleep. There's a 15% increase of feeling of restfulness, and there are 13% fewer awakenings during sleep. So that's, I think, one very important aspect about the side effect, the collateral effects of practicing meditations, which help us to better fall asleep, to maintain a high quality of sleep, and also, most importantly, to regulate, to become more aware of our circadian rhythm, our normal, natural, rhythm of our body, which is then much more efficient in maintaining our own health. Okay, so 3 takes away. Remember, a good night's sleep, we have to choose a good night's sleep or a nightmare day. 1 hour of sleep deprivation can have significant impact in our physical and mental health. Sleep is actually boosting our brain's ability to rejuvenate, and it's important to not compromise on the duration of sleep and also try to sleep earlier. And meditation can boost our sleep and our brain health. Okay, let's now come to the practice. I invite you to come back to your posture, sitting comfortably. Gently, softly closing your eyes. Feeling relaxed. Just as a checkup, I will conduct the relaxation, then meditation. Then it will be totally silent. Then I will bring you back, tell you when it is ending. If you have thoughts, just relax and bring back your attention to your heart. Don't try to focus or use any force to not think or to be specifically focusing on the heart. Just bring your attention to the heart and rest your attention there. So now bring your attention to the toes and relax your toes. Feel this relaxed state spreading through your feet and your entire system. Feel the healing energy of Mother Earth move up, enter the toes, helping them to relax. Relaxing your ankles, your heels, your entire feet. The energy is slowly moving up, relaxing the lower legs, the calf muscles, the knees. The thighs, your entire legs, all the way to the hips. The energy is now relaxing your lower back, your stomach area. Let them relax. The energy is now relaxing the upper back, the lungs, the chest area. The energy is now relaxing your shoulders, releasing any tightness, tension, weight, pain. You can now sense the energy moving down the arms, relaxing the biceps, elbows, forearms, wrist, hands, fingers, in the fingertips. Feel the energy moving freely through them. Now move your attention to the neck and allow the energy to move up towards your head. It is relaxing the back side of the head, the sides, the ears, the temples, the cheeks, the jaws. Let all the tensions in the jaws just drop off. Feel the energy relaxing the chin and all the muscles of the face. The forehead, in the top of your head. Your entire system, from the tips of the toes to the top of the head is fully relaxed. And your mind can now relax. And you can gently move your attention to the heart. Connect with your heart. Connect to your source. Connect to the source of light already present there, and drawing your attention inwards. Pulling your attention within. If thoughts are popping up, it's fine. Just relax. Let them come and simply let them go. If you find yourself distracted, very gently bring back your attention to the heart. To the source of light, the divine light already present in your heart. And pulling your attention within. Allow the process to be gentle and natural. And let yourself dive deep within. That is all. Keep your eyes closed. Take your time. Observe yourself. Savor, absorb this new quality of consciousness. And when you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. And reconnect with your surrounding. And come back to the here and now. So thank you and congratulations. You're still alive. If you have some questions, you can write them on the chat. And someone will give it back to me here. In the meantime, you may take a notebook, whatever you have at hand, and just write down your observation. What did you feel during meditation? And more importantly, how do you feel after meditation? Okay, so as just wanted to add regarding what I was saying, that's one important point was to go to sleep early because this is where we have the longest period chances to have non-REM sleep, very deep sleep, which is the most refreshing. Because in our modern days, we spend a lot of time, waiting to go to sleep and using screens very late, long working hours, and we are sleeping later, and therefore all the melatonin, the sleeping hormones, it gets, you know, we it gets accumulated. It's staying in the brain, and we are putting stress inside us. So instead of having melatonin in our brain, we put stress, which delay the sleeping patterns. And in the morning, instead of having stress hormone and feel fresh and energetic, we still have melatonin and we feel tired and groggy, and we are not feeling fresh to start the day. So the problem that we have is that we expose ourselves to stress at night and leading us to have too much melatonin and tiredness in the morning. So it's important to sleep early. Is there any good practice to help in good sleep? Yes. One really good, if you want what Matthew Walker is suggesting, as well as other specialists on the field, they say regularity is the key. Okay, even if we are not able to sleep maybe the right amounts, but going to sleep at a regular time, regular place, is allowing our system to better recuperate, to be much more efficient and make the best, take profit of that moment to rejuvenate our system. So going to sleep regularly, having a regular pattern of sleep and a time of sleep is very important. And if you want, some good habits are also avoid drinking coffee after, lunchtime, because the effect of caffeine lasts for 12 hours, and 50% of them, or 75% of them, after 6 hours. So then when the night is coming, we still have the effect of the caffeine, which may disturb our sleeping capacity. Some good tips and help. So also avoid screens at night. Also avoid, if you're not able to fall asleep, do not stay lying down and, waiting and thinking. And after 20 minutes, if you're not able to fall asleep, wake up, read a book, make yourself tired, feel the tiredness come naturally, and sleep. Your brain should not associate like being lying down as being awake. Okay, it should associate the fact that we are lying down to fall to sleep. Some tips that heartfulness can really help with is doing the relaxation before sleeping. You can do this with your grandparents, with your parents, with your children. The relaxation is really helpful in relaxing the body, relaxing the mind, and making a person fall asleep. And doing meditation, the bedtime meditation as it is prescribed in the heartfulness practice, it's also helping us to have a quick falling asleep. It really shows that people who are practicing meditation have a quicker ability to fall sick and to remain in deep sleep, have less awakening during sleep. So these were like few practical tips, and as well some suggestion on how heartfulness can help you. I may add again one last comment on the cleaning. Sometimes we go to sleep, but we have so much agitation, and we are processing all the bad events and all the traumas of the day. They come out, and you see your body releasing all this tension. So cleaning it's not before sleeping, but after our working day is over, is really allowing us to clean our mind and preparing somehow, having a clean and light consciousness and ready to sleep better. Having said that, I think that's if there are any more questions, I'm happy to answer, or I think we are reaching the time.
I think the questions are already over, Stan.
Yes, I have replied to the questions. If there are any more, I'm happy to answer.
Okay, no issue. So that there will be no questions. And if any question will be there, in the tomorrow session, we will ask the questions. We are thankful to each and everyone present over here in this daily virtual session on the work-life balance. We are thankful to Mr. Stan and all the event enablers. Thank you to all.